Welcome everyone to Big Kev's World. I'm here with the sexified Big Rim machine here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some beefness in this one. We got some beef in this one. Um,
And we're not talking about the penis.
no, unless you people are weird for that. If you are, I'm
I
flattered.
mean, it is Pride Month too. I'm flattered myself, but yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so we were talking to you brought this up to me, Rim, about about a couple of posts you saw where some new school wrestling fans who don't have a fucking clue about professional wrestling,
Nope.
who and they were basically kissing the ground that Stone Cold and The Rock walked on, but they were hating on WCW. Now, the reason why we're doing this video is because I was a big WCW fan.
Hmm.
Rim's a big WCW fan.
Absolutely. Long live WCW Nitro for life.
So for this particular moment, a lot of people don't realize the history of wrestling and the how it was NWA and then became WCW. So I'm gonna let Rim have the floor here for a second. Like, what was the post that really got you kind of bothered by it? Exactly.
It's just, I think that it was a post about how Sting was joining the Wolfpack, and I remember it happening because he came out the rafters. He was going to fool the NWO. Great moment in professional wrestling when it comes to WCW, in my opinion. Could be many opinions too, but I seen it, and I'm looking at these comments, and I'm thinking, well, I'm thinking to myself when I look at these comments, these are some arrogant ass motherfuckers that either were not even born yet, or don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm pretty sure back then when they were kids, they probably thought it was the best thing ever. Shit about, oh, this destroyed the Crow character. I don't know how that fucking destroyed the Crow character. That makes no sense. No, it didn't. That's when WCW went bad when the Wolfpack happened. Or you see commentaries of anybody on YouTube or anywhere saying, when this year happened, it was all WCW was always bad. The only good thing they ever had was Goldberg and NWO. Are we just gonna keep forgetting the franchise that ran WCW? Ric Flair, our other people, Four Horsemen, Cruiserweights. We just gonna keep forgetting that existed? And in those comments that I saw people saying, that was kind of like the last straw for me, because I've heard it a million times on Facebook comments. Anything that WCW ever posts, and I notice any time that's a wrestling page that shows anything that is WCW, it's always the negative shit of WCW, never the good stuff.
Right.
Always. I have never seen, the only time they ever post something positive about WCW is NWO. I loved NWO too, don't get me wrong, people, but there was more. You're acting like this company only had one thing that was great. And it pisses me off because the real fans that grew up watching it, us, we saw the shit before WWE put it on the network and Peacock and re-edited some of the shit and did what they did. Like, I remember that I had the Rise and Fall of WCW DVD. I hated every minute of that fucking shit.
Oh yeah, I had that DVD as well. Yeah, I ended
God,
selling it. I ended up selling it because I didn't like the way it was.
Oh yeah, man, that DVD pissed me off. That was basically the self-destruction of the Ultimate Warrior for WCW.
Right.
And you listen to it and you're just pausing, going, bullshit. I watched it for myself. Bullshit. You can bullshit all you want. You can, and it's all these WCW guys because they work for WWE now, and all they're gonna do is sit there and say, well, WCW was the second best citizen. They sucked, and they never treated me well. Really, Booker? Who the fuck made you, Booker T? Let me ask you that. Who made you?
Forget about that. Coming for you. He coming for you, sucker.
Yeah, cool. We're coming for you. Anyways, yeah, who made some of you people? Where did you have your best runs at? People go there. People are gonna sit there and have the nerve to say Lex Luger had his best run in WWE. No, he didn't. He had one little run as an American flag Lex Luger, the narcissist, and wasn't really remembered for shit, but slamming Yokozuna. That's really it. Most of his Lex Luger career was remembered in WCW.
Well, how can anybody not forget the very first ever Monday Nitro? Luger just wrestled at a.
Wasn't that in the Mall of America?
Yeah, Mall of America in Minnesota, and Luger just wrestled at SummerSlam. that night he shows up and has a face-to-face confrontation with Hulk Hogan. I mean, no one knew about it, so don't sit there and insult people's intelligence like mine and Rem's and tell me that if you didn't see that now, you wouldn't be like, holy shit, oh my god.
Oh, they creamed their fucking pants like that was like they were a Cena fans seeing it coming back. Oh my god, holy shit. Literally. Came there, you had Macho Man, or as Scott Hall made it funny, the Nacho Man. I love that shit.
What was it? The Nacho Man and the Huckster?
The Nacho Man and the Hulkster, boy. I fucking love Scott Hall doing that shit.
Well, I'll tell you this much too, to kind of add on to what you were saying. The only bad thing that I can honestly say about WCW, and I think Rem could agree with me on this. The only thing that was bad is that you let the inmates run the asylum.
You did. Yeah. Oh boy.
That is the biggest mistake, y'all guys. And you guys really didn't try to build newer stars like you could have, because I look at that cruiserweight division. Some of the best Lucha Libre wrestlers. You had Dean Malenko, you had Eddie Guerrero, you had Chris Jericho, you had Chris Benoit, you had Rey Mysterio.
Like Psychosis, La Parca.
La Parca, we love La Parca.
Hell, I'll even give it to you. Eddie's boy, Chavo. I'll give it to Chavo because Chavo was good back then. I can give it to Chavo.
Now, if I saw Booker T in person, this is what I would tell Booker T. Oh, let's see. WCW didn't make you. What about your little best out of 7 series for the television title with Chris Benoit?
Exactly. I guess you forgot about that. Oh, no, because we only want to remember Booker T as King Booker. Okay, no offense to you fans out there. I never give a fuck about King Booker. It wasn't my thing.
Yeah. Let's call this a spade of spades. Was the NWO cool? Absolutely.
Oh hell yeah, for life.
But I felt like they could have been just cooler if it just would have been Hogan, Hall, and Nash. If you would have,
they started getting a lot more people in there. I mean, I only could understand it because I thought it was cool that they were. I was fine that they got more members in, but I do agree that they started like. It almost got to the point where there's nobody left in WCW, and I'm like, okay, I can agree there. It was cool when they started getting other people in like Ted DiBiase, Six, and a couple of the other guys. But you should stop right there. That was fine because you made it look like they were unstoppable. But damn, almost everybody was joining an NWO, and that's you can admit their flaws, and those were some of them definitely.
I don't tell a lot of people this, but one of my favorite moments of WCW is I was a big fan of the Wolfpack.
I love the Wolfpack. Original. Well, what people don't remember the original with Macho Man in it because it was only a short time, but
yeah. Oh yeah, I hurt my knee.
Yeah, I was in the Wolfpack. Yeah.
But when you saw that comment about Sting, I actually what I liked about the Wolfpack Sting was that it was a mixture of the Crow Sting and then the Surfer Sting.
Exactly. He had that, that excitement back. He could talk again. He could be himself again, but he was still a badass. And hell, some people don't even remember this. There was actually one night where he came out as Wolfpack and then he came out as the White and Black Sting the same night.
Yep.
There was one rare night that he did that and everything. That was fucking awesome. To a kid, it's just, oh my God, the spectacle of it all.
Because it was a cool spectacle. Because when Luger joined the Wolfpack, I never thought Luger fit in. That's just me. I was like,
As a kid, didn't give a shit. Loved it. As an adult, I'm like, he kind of didn't have that kind of swag about him. Conan did, like a motherfucker.
I love Conan.
Used to love him coming out doing the chant, bowdy, rowdy, rowdy. Yeah, I love that shit.
Now, the one thing I did love about it was the night that Sting was supposed to make his decision. He comes in there, he pulls off his shirt, and there's the black and white NWO. He hugs Hogan, and then he body slams he body slams a giant. For all you newer fans, Big Show.
Paul White. A.K.A. Big Slow.
Yeah, Big Slow, yeah. He body slams and rips off that shirt and becomes black. He has the black and red on. And
hell yeah.
People don't, the one feud that I actually thought was underrated was the Halloween Havoc one between him and Bret Hart. That was physical. They got.
Oh, it was, man. When I was a kid, I hated that fucking match because of what Brett did to Sting. Like as a kid, you think that shit's real. You're like crying and shit, screaming at the TV. Oh, fuck.
But yeah, I mean, like the reason why the Wolfpack happened, and if some of you go back and you actually pick up a book or maybe learn something, you would know that the reason why that happened because Nash and Hogan were not getting along for real. And
definitely.
A lot of people did not know that, and people were like, "Well, what did it make that?" Because they weren't getting along. Nash realized that Hogan is kind of the Jedi, or you want to call him the Sith Lord of playing politics. So he realized, well, shit, I can't out politic this man, but I can make his life a living hell.
Definitely.
And that's exactly what happened. Now, when they did that whole thing, you remember in '99 when they did the whole thing with Goldberg getting arrested because Miss Elizabeth said that Goldberg made a pass at her? Or...
I vaguely I remember a little bit of it.
I wish that storyline would have happened where Goldberg didn't get hurt because he ended up slamming his damn forearm on the damn limo and got himself hurt.
When he was busted the window open with his arm and shit. Yeah, I remember when he fucked the shit up, sliced it open.
It almost made sense when the NWO got back together. I was like, oh shit, this makes sense now. They were
people still bitching about the fucking finger poke of doom shit. I'm like, oh yeah, that was dumb, but whatever. I can tell you right now, half of the shit that goes on today, I'd rather take a fucking finger poke.
I'd rather take a finger poke of doom than take like 6 Canadian destroyers.
Oh my god, that move is so overdone. It's not even funny. If I see that shit now, I'm like, great, another Canadian destroyer. Oh, we're gonna see another super kick. Oh, look at that. That's something.
I think with these wrestling fans, though, the one thing that bothers me, and I know I'm probably going to get a lot of heat for this, but I don't give a shit.
Fuck their heat.
Fuck the heat here. Now, I will not say a bad word about Undertaker. You will not see me say a bad word about Taker. But I will say this much. The Rock is overrated as fuck. And people can go ahead and...
He fucking is, man. He is. I really get tired of Dwayne. The motherfucker's in every movie. He's a part of everything. Every time it involves some kind of WWE thing, it's always The Rock. I'm like, guys, even if I was a fan, I would admit, yeah, he is a little overexposed. Like, whoa.
It's kind of bad that when he came back in 2012, he had his fucking promos on his wrist, and John Cena had to diss him on it. I mean, that's just The Rock was great on the mic. Don't get me wrong. Rock was entertaining. He was great on the mic. There's probably one of the best mic talkers in this business. Far enough. One of them. But as far as The Rock's ability in the ring, it didn't leave that much to be desired.
Yeah.
Funny
as fuck, the guy. I mean, the shit he did, yeah, I agree. It's just great, but man, people just overrate him like a motherfucker. As a matter of fact, I kind of get tired of when I ask a person, who's your favorite wrestlers? And I just want to go, let me guess, The Rock. And they're like, how'd you know? I don't know. I just took a guess.
I'm taking a Dwayne to the Super Bowl.
It's every damn thing now. It's just like, I want to make a shirt that says NMD, no more Dwayne. Literally.
Now, Rem's a comic fan like I am, and the one thing that pisses me off right now is they're changing the Black Adam character to a good guy to please Dwayne Johnson. And if you read the DC comics, you know that Black Adam is not a good guy.
That's what I remembered, and I don't even know much about Black Adam, but I could have sworn I've seen the animated movies, and I was like, isn't he a bad dude?
He's supposed to be he's supposed to be a villain towards Superman and Shazam, yeah.
I know, and then when did he become a mixed guy with a bald head? I mean, and Rock's extra roided up for this one. And it's just like, I don't get it. Why do you do... Oh, how dare you? Don't talk about race swap. Well, I kind of can, because if it's not the way it's supposed to be, it's not.
The only thing about The Rock I'll give him credit for was he did the right thing with Brock Lesnar in 2002. He did the right thing.
Yeah.
He did the right thing there.
The SummerSlam match, we put him over.
I love the Hollywood Rock.
Hollywood Rock was funny, playing the guitar, making fun of people, you know, calling Hurricane, Hamburglar.
And he finally put Booker T over.
Yeah, he was doing that and everything, but just some of the other stuff, he's completely taken over. Just everything. I mean, the guy's got his own fucking TV show about his childhood. And like, dude, even Hogan didn't even have that.
Nope. He had Hogan's Rock and Wrestling cartoon, but Hogan didn't even do the voice for that.
Oh, like I honestly could say, people say that Hogan was overrated. I'm like, I don't know. I think the Rock's over Hogan now. I think he's way more overexposed than Hogan.
And we all know what they're going. I mean, and if you new wrestling fans don't understand this, if you guys are understanding why they're not showing Roman Reigns much, because they're saving Roman Reigns, and it's already been announced that Dwayne is taking a couple months in the beginning of the year, and we all know what that means.
Great. That's all we need is. It's like you go from Roman Reigns losing the belt to let's just put it on another part-timer like The Rock. Like, why? Like you guys don't know what to do. You really don't.
I'll tell you this much: he's not the real People's Champion. The real People's Champion is Diamond Dallas Page. You guys can quote me on that.
Yeah, I mean DDP was the great People's Champion. Every time he'd won, he'd go out in the crowd, do all kinds of other shit. DDP was awesome. I mean, can we get an action figure of DDP in the La Parka costume?
I would love that.
We need that.
I would love that.
We need that. I'm gonna buy 3 of those. Like, yeah, man, I'd rather buy them. Yeah.
They have this thing coming here in Nashville called Starcast, and it's supposed to be the week the SummerSlam's here in Nashville. And DDP is supposed to be there. I almost want to, if I did go to it, I almost want to go to DDP and be like, dude, I gotta ask, do you still have that La Parka costume?
I know, it'd be cool as shit. Oh yeah, Starcast. I've seen like a lot of old WCW wrestlers were on that. These fans got lucky because Sting was at one of the Starcast and he wore his original 1990 Great American Bash gear with the American flag. I'm like, oh, I wish I would have met him and got a picture with his original gear on. Oh. That's like a Hogan fan meeting Hogan, and then all of a sudden, hey, brother, here's my original shirt I wore against Andre. What?
I tell you this much: if I did meet Hogan, and Hogan gave me he's like, I don't know, I don't even care if it's his wrestling boots. He's like, hey, these are boots that I slammed Andre with. I'm like, I'm not parting with him. Fuck you.
No. Like you could be like, don't touch these. I will kill you. I have to put this in bulletproof glass. And people are standing around you. You're crying. No, I'm not. Yeah.
There was this WWE show that came on during the pandemic that I liked. It was called Hidden Treasures, where they had to go out and they had to find wrestlers' gear and they had to go talk.
I watched that almost every episode. That was actually a pretty good show.
And the fact that Taker had that thing in his he had that black and purple and that mask.
Dude, all I could think about when I saw that is, if I'd have knew where that storage unit was, damn if I would have tried to broken that motherfucker.
Yo.
Damn if I would have some friends and be like, yo, man, Undertaker's gear his fucking old purple jacket is in this fucking storage unit with some of the ministry gear. I'm not joking, dude. It's in boxes. Which I'm thinking, a legendary wrestler just left his shit in the... Well, now people know where it is, so I would hope he moved it.
And here's something else.
Because anybody's going to watch that area and see, I live near there. Well, I know where that storage unit's at. I got stuff in there. I'm going to go rob that damn thing.
I know this is probably going to confuse some people who are sub to me because they know that I do like Stone Cold. But you're gonna hear something from me that you guys never thought you would ever hear. As a matter of fact, I thought Steve Austin was overrated.
Yeah, they do kind of put Stone Cold on a big pedestal. It is literally just like The Rock, and people overrate the fuck out of these two. They really do.
Now here's the thing though. The one thing I will say though, they kind of give Dwayne more stuff than they do Steve, which kind of really shocks me because I'm sitting there thinking if it wasn't for Stone Cold, there would be no Rock. So this is, I mean, you guys can go ahead and say what you want about it, but Stone Cold.
I believe. Oh yeah, I will say that. I will. Yeah, because he's the one who kind of passed the torch to him.
Now, the one thing about this, though, I did love Steve Austin in WCW. I like Stunning Steve Austin. I liked him in the team with Brian Pillman. And the Hollywood Blondes. And when he first came into WWE and he became Stone Cold, he was wrestling great. It was until that
Yeah.
power driver to Owen Hart that really changed Stone Cold's to more. I used to be technical, but now I'm going to be a brawler.
Yeah. See, now
And
when
that,
you see that Stone Cold gimmick, it's weird to go back and watch that Steve Austin gimmick with the hair and long hair. Like, wow. That's even to see him in those, because he was only in ECW just for like a minute before he went to WWE. Those funny ass fucking promos.
especially when he was dressed like Hogan, that was kind of fun.
Oh god, that's funny as shit. Or he's dressed like Eric Bischoff. This is the company where the big boys play with themselves. I was like, he was just taking shoot after shoot because WCW fired him. It's like, people, yes, WCW did make bad decisions. What company hasn't, though? Like, this is what pisses me off, is you act like WCW was the only company that fucked up and made bad decisions. And WWE has done now that WCW has been out of business for at least over 20 years, WWE has done way more bad shit than WCW ever did. Way more.
Yep.
I mean, fucking way more. There's nobody can argue with that. No, not a fucking soul. Shit.
The biggest thing, I'll add on to what Rem said here, is that you look at WCW as a whole, and yeah, every company, I don't care who you are, every company in this world, whether you're a billion-dollar corporation, you have made mistakes. It happens.
Exactly.
AEW is making mistakes, and it's not just WWE; it's everyone. Everyone's
exactly.
And
I actually made mistakes. I'm a big fan of AEW right now, but they got their flaws. I've done reviews with my crew, and I've complained about a lot of things that I've seen. I'm like, that's stupid. Don't like that. Whatever. Don't give a fuck. Yeah. Just because somebody likes something, I mean, they're going to suck the dick of every damn thing. No.
And the biggest thing too is you guys can clarify what you want, but I blame The Rock for the reason why Sting didn't show up in 2002. If The Rock never made that promo going, "Who the blue hell are you?" to Booker T, we would have had Sting there early, and we would have had that Sting Undertaker match.
Oh, definitely. Because I remember like the WrestleMania 18. I remember the plan was Sting and Kurt Angle back then, which would have been a hell of a match because Sting and Kurt Angle had a great match at Bound for Glory 07.
Yep.
Incredible match. But in the prime, it would have been great, but people would have been like, no, this is... You know what thing that would suck, though? Is like you would have got a Great American Bash Taker versus Sting. And you're like, we want the Dark Taker. I'm like, I'm sure they would have had a rematch. No doubt. Plenty more. And then what gets me is you finally get Sting in there, and you have a WrestleMania where there's Sting and Taker, although they're a little over their prime now. But still, it would have drew some money. And what'd you do? Nah, we'll give Taker Bray Wyatt and Sting Triple H. What? Huh? Actually, when Sting came to WWE, I was actually in fucking shock. That shocked the fuck out of me because I didn't see that coming at all. I thought when they were talking about him coming, I thought it was a fake rumors because I was like, dude, I followed this man half my life. He's never wanted to come to WWE. I remember every promo he's done, every shoot. I won't come there because the Booker T thing. I saw that, like you said, and when he came out, I was in fucking shock at Survivor Series. That shocked the fuck out of me.
CJ just said too, hey guys, and Sting once said too, he didn't want to go to WCW sooner because the way they were treating the WCW guys in the company. And let's just say this much: you guys can go ahead and, if you want to listen to some podcasts, there's this one called Bruce Pritchard, Something to Wrestle, and they explain. And they explained how Dave dropped the ball with Goldberg in 2003.
Is that the one with Bruce and... I might be subscribed to that one. Is he like with that big fat dude that was on the Treasure Show and he's like married to one of like Ric Flair's daughters or something?
Yes.
I think, okay, yeah. I've seen him, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's the one that runs that Starcast.
I figured he did. I was wondering how he got so much money in that nice house, and I was like, oh, okay, that's why.
So yeah, he you go back to that. They didn't really treat Goldberg that greatly either in 2003. I mean, they had him doing longer matches, which Goldberg is not accustomed to do.
Oh, during the Goldberg feud with Triple H, like that, like '03.
Yeah, and
Oh,
here's something too. Triple H fucked that thing up with Scott Steiner as well.
oh yeah, dude. The Goldberg and Steiner at the same time when they had their feud with Triple H. That was all just to get Triple H over. That was all a screw job to WCW. That, you know what? That actually could have been a screw job to WCW because Scott, another character, Big Papa Pump was not a WWE character. Scott Steiner was, but not Big Papa Pump. That was a WCW guy, so that could have been another screw job to WCW. You know, Goldberg and them. It's so sad because if you look at all the people that came from WCW to WWE, Sting got, in my opinion, Sting got treated the worst. The worst.
I was just like you when I saw that in 2014. I am not afraid to say, and I will speak Walking Dead here. I wish I had my shitting pants on. That one was when I saw that and I heard that crow and I saw that, I was jumping up and down like a girl.
You ain't the only one, man. I heard it Survivor Series, and I couldn't see the pay-per-view because I didn't order because I was not a WWE fan. So
Right.
when they were doing the reaction, they were like, dude, Sting's here. And I fucking had to hightail it and find some kind of illegal stream or some shit to see it. And I found it. I was like, holy fucking shit.
Yep.
No fucking way. I was like, wow. I mean, I knew he was on the pre-order game of 2K15, one of the worst games ever.
Yeah, it was.
That was the only reason why I pre-ordered 2K was the Sting character. That was it. So seeing that was cool. And the only thing that I watched the replay the next day on YouTube, and then I noticed, where's the Crow theme? Why do they got the generic song for him? They own the rights to the WCW shit. So I don't know why they didn't use the original theme. It didn't. I guess it didn't bother me as much because I'm like, oh, Sting's here. Who cares? But then it started doing it.
They could have, when they had that 2K15 trailer, they could have still done his theme, but maybe remixed it a little bit.
Kind of. I almost like the way they did it in the trailer with the violins. If you'd have kind of came out there with some of that shit.
Now, I mean, when he first came out there and he did that Scorpion Death Drop to Triple H and did all that, I was like, I kept saying to myself, please do not let him be in this match with Triple H. Please do not put him with Triple H.
And then when I saw the promos and shit, I was like, they're setting up Sting versus Triple H, son of a bitch.
And they did this. Like, there were some Raw things that they did do good with Sting, like the time that Sting came out and helped Randy Orton against the Authority. And then Randy Orton showed up like, what the? Like, he's here?
Yeah, the artist formerly known as Steve Borden.
Yeah, but, the one thing, too, the whole WrestleMania 31 thing, they had Triple H come out with the whole, the Terminator. And then they had Sting
man.
They had Sting come out with these little Japanese guys with the painted faces doing the drums.
It didn't fit his song one damn bit, and there's when I would have brought the dark theme song. Or I loved his dark theme, and I did like the Metallica Seek and Destroy theme he had at like the end of like when he had it in 99.
Yes. Yeah.
I thought that fit him very well, the Seek and Destroy theme. So if you could have gave him that and had Metallica come on before him, I would have been like, that's bad fucking ass. That's badass. I thought that was cool. And like, the bass player playing Here Comes Sting. I'm like, no, let's have some Japanese guys here with some drums. Well, what the fuck? We got Mr. Miyagi's crew out here with face paint on?
Wax on, wax off.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, we got the Sting on treads. Oh, here come the man called Sting. Well, no, not that one. I mean, it just they didn't put as much effort. And then I was buying the merchandise and all that, but I noticed that a lot of Sting's merchandise WWE did, it was so cheap.
I went to one of the Raws that he was there here in Nashville, and I bought one of those Sting masks. And I still have it.
Does it look like it's got a double chin?
Yes, yeah. It's
I got it in my drawer. Yeah, that's the worst Sting mask I've ever seen in my life. The TNA ones they did, I got the TNA one, and they're too small for my face. They're made for like kids, but even they're better Because I've got the best mask they ever made was that WCW one, and that I still got that one. To me, that's the best one. Is that WCW mask they had? That was the best looking one, the coolest looking one. That shitty one they made for WWE, where it was like it looked like obese chubby Sting, and I was like, what is this shit? I got it in the mail. I was like, this is terrible.
This is Sting drinking too much diabetes.
I was saying, I was like, holy shit, let's Sting going trick or treat and keep all the Halloween candy for himself. What the fuck happened? Like, oh my god, Steve fucking morbidly obese Borden. Woo! Fucking. Oh, here comes the fat roll splash. Oh, the scorpion fat lock. I mean, it's terrible. The shirts sucked. The only good shirt I liked was the ones where they put the ginormous scorpion on, and that was it. The other shirts I got, and they were just made so poorly. Even I bought the prop gloves that they made for him, which looked like shit too, because they were just all black with just the cheap scorpion in the middle, made cheaply. I know, fans, you can hear me bitching about this, but when you're a fan of your wrestler, you want quality with your shit.
You're gonna. Yeah, here's something else too. The one thing I can give when we go to that WrestleMania match, and the reason why we're saying that WWE did shit it on WCW is they made it like Sting came out and did a promo saying he ain't here to fight for WCW because it'd be ridiculous at this point.
Yeah.
So what they do now, I'm not gonna lie, it was cool to see the NWO come out and help Sting, but it made no sense to me because you guys were rivals.
They were rivals. I guess they want to do it for nostalgia, which is whatever. I mean, you probably would have done better if it was just DX and NWO just randomly fighting out there. I'm like, oh, cool, we're getting DX, but we're getting old DX and old NWO, though. I mean, still, whatever. Who cares?
Now, the one thing, too, is that they had. Now, I know Sting did an interview where he said he didn't mind losing to Triple H, but Sting.
Bullshit.
I love you, but that's bullshit.
Oh, dude, the stuff what Sting was saying on the promo. It's like that promo he did. Kissing Triple H's ass, like, what, the next night or the night before? I don't know when it happened, but like, it was a little bit after, and he was talking about, I'll give Triple H this. I'm thinking, okay, wait a minute. Wasn't he just your enemy? Didn't you want to take him down? Wasn't the whole promo about, greed and deception, all the shit he did, and you waited 15 years or how so to do it, and then all of a sudden he beats you cheating, and you just give him a promo praising him? Huh?
And then that same pay-per-view, Triple H comes out later on, and what's he do? Even though he beat Sting, they had to make Dwayne look good. Yeah,
I didn't understand that shit. I'm like, if I would have been the Sting character, I would have demanded a rematch. I'd have been like, it took you, Shawn Michaels, a super kick, the whole DX, and a piece of a sledgehammer to beat me after I waited for this match to take you on. And that's it? No, it ain't working that way. It ain't working that way, Hunter. We're going to have one more. And this time, ain't nobody getting in here.
Then they had to have Ronda Rousey show up, and it's like they just lost that. It's like they took that edge away from Sting on that point. Because the Sting and Triple H match was not bad.
No, it was actually pretty damn good. Because the one thing I've always loved about Sting, for his age, the man still got some go in him. He still could put on some good matches. Because I love Undertaker to death. But Sting is a better wrestler than Undertaker at his age. And he's got quite a few years. He's in his 60s. Taker's still in his 50s.
And Taker admitted it. Taker's like, look, it's because of how I'm taller, I'm bigger. That puts a lot of strain on someone's joints, and people don't understand that because I'm a tall, big guy, so it does put a lot of strain, and it does put a lot of.
Yeah, if you're a tall, big dude, you know exactly what Triple H. You know exactly what fuck Undertaker's talking to. Like, I know. I'm a tall, big guy myself, man. I know how it is, man. It hurts.
And, and then they had the whole thing. I thought, okay, what could they do to redeem Sting? Well, they had that really cool thing that he came out on that trophy. I thought was really cool.
Where he was sweating his ass off and his paint was coming out.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that was really cool. Then the whole Seth Rollins thing, I thought, oh my God, Sting got in some excellent shape for that one. I'm talking about.
Yeah. He did, man. I saw him putting the lock on. I was like, oh, shit. Got the delts showing. Got the biceps going. All right. Hell yeah, Steve. That's what I'm talking about.
And then the whole buckle bomb.
Yeah. And, still to this day, people still attack Seth because of that. Guys, Sting has said it a million times. And Seth's not my favorite wrestler, but I don't hate him as a person. I don't know him. He said a million damn times, it wasn't Seth's fault. I took it the wrong way. It was just something that it's an accident. He didn't really mean to do it. Like, y'all acting like, oh, that's the reason why Sting's career is done.
Bret Hart was one of those people. Hey, Bret was one of those people.
Yeah. You know, I mean, and guess what? And I don't know why they keep saying that, because he's still wrestling. He's in AEW.
Well, here's the thing too. I heard that Sting had opportunities. He didn't want to retire at the Hall of Fame in 2016. He was forced to. Mm-hmm. WrestleMania 32 was supposed to be him and Taker, but they decided to put Shane McMahon in there.
Oh God. So they were actually going to have it again, and they just said, fuck it. Like, damn, you guys, Vince didn't give a fuck. I'm not giving you that shit. I don't give fans what they want. The hell's wrong with you?
And Sting gave him one chance before he left. I saw the interview. Sting said, look, if I could have one of those matches that AJ and Undertaker have just with Taker, I think if he would have had his match with Taker, we wouldn't be seeing Sting wrestle now.
Probably not. I'd have been fine with that and every damn thing. And really, me being a fan of both of them, see, I'm fine with that. But making Triple H lose, it's like people got to remember this. That WrestleMania was Sting's first WrestleMania and last WrestleMania, and he loses. What the fuck, man? And everybody was pissed about that. Remember, Rowdy was pissed about that too? Like, even other wrestlers were calling bullshit on that. They're like, first pay-per-view and he fucking loses. Jim Cornette even bitched about that.
Well, here's something else too. I know CJ the Lone Wolf mentioned the way they treated DDP. Now, don't get me started with the DDP. What did they do?
God! Oh, the Undertaker stalker gimmick. Oh,
the Undertaker stalker gimmick. And then what else did they do? They have him be with his big giant teeth and be this motivational speaker.
So that's where the DDP yoga came from.
Yeah. DDP,
I remember the first promo he did where he came on screen smiling. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
And the only title that DDP won in WWE, European title.
Wow. I don't remember all the stuff he won, because his career was like in the snap. You can go to the bathroom and come out the bathroom, take a shit, and his career was gone. His career was over. He didn't do shit.
He only had that one big WrestleMania match with Christian, and that was it.
Yep. And we brought it back for a Royal Rumble. Oh wow, whoop-de-doo. Wow, that's a great moment.
And you brought him back in 2012 to do a diamond cutter to Heath Slater. Yay, cool.
Yes, cool. I'm sorry, but DDP's career is WCW. WCW all the fucking way. You cannot beat that man in WCW.
I know people are not gonna like this, but people can say what they want about the guy personally, but I'm talking wrestling format wise. Chris Benoit should be recognized for his accomplishments in the WWE too. Should be.
People just don't really. And then the sad part is, the more years that go by, the more people are going to forget about the classic wrestling. They're going to remember a lot of this new shit. Like, I don't mind some of the new shit, but I don't give a fuck who tells me, oh, you're stuck in the past. Oh, then let me be stuck in the fucking past then, because it does not fucking compare. Yes, the wrestlers are more athletic. Yes. But I don't go there to watch gymnastic wrestling for a fucking 30 minutes. You need to have some fucking storytelling while you're at it. Even the cruiserweights didn't do constant flips and kicks with no stories.
Undertaker said it best on a podcast once. He said the problem with wrestling is they forgot how to tell the story, and they're forgetting that to save their best moves for a pay-per-view. Do not pit. That's the problem with these guys. The younger wrestlers are putting in they're putting like, what is it, 5 pounds? And they're putting like 2 pounds in a 20-pound bag. And they're just like, they're putting everything in there instead of just telling a story. I mean, I don't like to say a lot about good things about WWE, but I will say during the pandemic, the one thing I did like about Randy Orton and Edge's storyline, it had story to it. They weren't doing all these fucking flips and anything like that. They were just doing old school, we're gonna beat the fuck out of each other, and let's go with it. Now the problem is Shawn Michaels is the man who I think him and Marty Jannetty invented the whole super kick.
Yeah, now that's like a fucking basic move with your wrestling character in a video game. That's like what every guy does now. There's help. I mean, there's some people that come out and look like blah plan wrestlers and they just blah. It's like, okay, another kid with some trunks that could do a bunch of flips. He's in 10 years. Who's gonna give a shit about him? Let's be honest. I'll watch these motherfuckers and be like, give it a chance. I can't. He's boring. There's nothing to him. He's just a plain guy. These guys are more blah than your created character in a 2K game before you can put a tire on them.
And people can say what you want. If you like old school stuff, then you're gonna like the E-Fed that we do. You're gonna like FWE Nitro because it has that nostalgia. And not only does it have the nostalgia, but everybody on that game all have different abilities. Nobody has the same move. Like, you won't be seeing everybody do the choke slam like Rim. You won't see everybody over there doing like spinning back kicks like Dante or something, or whoever else is on there.
I think that's what I was just talking about. The Dante in AEW, that 19-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people trying to cheer for him. It's because it's that thing that goes on for many years now where every time they got that wrestler that's too small, too generic, and people boo him, I think it's like a trend now. You got to cheer the underdog wrestler that you wouldn't think people would cheer for. Like, oh, Jesus Christ, I can't take this shit serious. Fucking Hook.
Hey, here's the, WCW has some good moments too. Let's not forget Chris Jericho had Ralphus, okay?
Yeah, the most in-shape man ever. That man was top physical condition. The sexiest man alive. I'd have painted that son of a bitch.
And the sexiest man alive is not, if you're watching Steven Rose, it ain't you, it's Ralphus.
Yeah, it's fucking Ralphus. It's Ralphus was the shit. He dropped so many panties, it's not even funny. He made a Prince concert look like a fucking Backstreet Boy concert. Ralphus was the fucking damn shit. But at least back then it was, see, that's another problem too. A lot of the shit back then that was made to be a joke is now like serious now.
Yeah, I mean,
in today's world, Ralphus would be a wrestler people would want to see get a title. Some fat out of shape plumber looking motherfucker? Come on now. Really?
And, we're talking about, okay, the one person that was used correctly from WCW to WWE, I did like how WWE did use Jericho. I'll give WWE credit for that. Jericho should have been used as a main eventer in WCW. They didn't do it. But you also have to keep in mind, WCW had a lot of old school guys who really did not want to give up their spot. I ain't talking about a dog spot, a liver spot.
Yeah, all my spot. Or my spot where my drink at hand with. I can't let go of that promo. That promo is funnier than shit.
Yeah, and then you have the whole and they just, I don't know, they just shit on the whole WCW thing, and I'm sitting there thinking, the ECW had a one night stand. They were resurrected ECW. Where the fuck was a one night stand for WCW? I
don't know. And I hate how people constantly compare, like look, people, like, I like AEW and I like WCW. Don't you dare compare AEW to WWE. I'm so sick of that too. It's the new WCW. Wouldn't that make WWE the WCW too? Because they got a bunch of people in that were in WCW. Wouldn't that be the same shit? And isn't Vince the one stealing old WCW pay-per-view names? I mean, come on now. Like, there's probably dumbasses that go on there and go, oh my God, I can't wait to see NXT's pay-per-view, Halloween Havoc. I'm like, that's a WCW pay-per-view. A what? Oh, Jesus.
Here's something too. When NXT did the whole War Games thing,
pissed me off.
I could tell that Triple H is a fan of WCW, don't get me wrong. But that it's supposed to have a fucking cage to where you're not supposed to have like you're supposed to have everything closed. They didn't have anything closed. They're like, hey, here you go. You can just jump off from the top. And
oh, see, I haven't watched any of the War Games. So they didn't have the double cage?
They had the double cage, but they didn't have no lid on it.
But That's just a regular cage match. No, it's supposed to have a lid.
Yeah, that is. They still had a double ring. They still had the double cages. They just had the lid on it. They had no lid on it. And I'm
It's not even right, man. It's like watching the old WCW being like, check it out, there's real men fighting in the ring. And check it out, this new one, we got a bunch of guys that work at Taco Bell fighting. The fuck, man? It looks like teenagers fighting in the ring. You watch War Games from back then and compare it to, and then watch them side by side. It's not even comparable. Besides the visual effects of our television now looking better, with better picture, that's all you get. But other than that, it doesn't even compare. Just no.
I've always thought, because you have, this is me. I don't know how Rem would feel, but if I was in charge of WWE and I had all this royalty of WCW, in October, I wouldn't be doing no Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. I'd be doing a Halloween Havoc. I would actually make that look logistic and I would actually be like, hey, let's do a War Games. Let's do this. Let's,
the Halloween Havoc pay-per-views they got going, it's like a little tiny building. It's not even funny. It doesn't even look like Halloween Havoc. Oh, how's it Halloween Havoc? Well, we got a screen that shows the logo. Dude, I remember the motherfuckers coming out with like little tombstones on the side and like a demonish character where you come out the mouth and shit. I remember that Halloween Havoc.
You remember that? You remember that inflatable gargoyle?
Yeah, that was cool as shit.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome. I'm like, man,
they came out the sides and shit. I'm like, it was awesome. It like smoke came out of it and shit. I'm like, now, well, here's a digital screen. Yeah, that's a problem. Everything's too fucking digital now.
Now, Rem knows this, but I will admit this. Even though I was a Hogan fan growing up, I will admit this to anyone listening. He was one of the problems in WCW. Far none. That contract that he signed in 97 or 98 when he was about to leave for WWF, where he had full creative control over his character.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say anything bad about Bischoff, because I do like Eric Bischoff. I listen to his 83 Weeks thing.
He's the one who gave us. He's the one who gave us the Monday Night War, and he gave it to us. I can't hate him on him for that.
But the one thing I will hate on him is he's the one that gave these wrestlers contracts. Like, apparently, from what the contract National Hall had, was any wrestler that came in, whatever they got, National Hall had to get more. It was given back to him. Like, it was like a, well, you just re-signed Hogan. How much Hogan get? Oh, Hogan got that. Well, then we want that too.
Yeah, I remember watching all the shoot interviews about that shit. I was like, wow, some Grady motherfuckers in there, boy.
But the one person who really never got a raise, from what I was reading an interview with Buff Bagwell, and he said the one guy that never really got a raise was Sting. Sting would restructure his deal just so they can sign people.
Wow. And then Sting was making more money than a Scott Hall or Kevin Nash. I mean, he was a more popular character because out of WCW, the most three popular characters, like, there's no hands down. I mean, I know people are going to say Goldberg, but covering WCW for years, Sting, Hogan, Ric Flair. No doubt.
Now, let's go into this here. I will say this much. In the build-up for Hogan and Sting was great in 97. The match itself? Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the best thing ever. I mean, as a kid, like I said, we watch that kind of shit. We're like, oh, that's awesome. Then you see it, then you're like, wait, there was a fast count. This was kind of sloppy. I actually thought their Super Brawl rematch was better.
Yeah.
I did. And for some reason, they never seem to want to praise that one ever. And I don't know why.
Andre Cole Bill's in the comment section. We in wrestling. WCW is a million times better than the shit today. Anybody makes the claims that are fans pretending to know fans who don't know. Yep.
I was about to say, if they think it's better than the wrestling back then, they got some spike weed that's fucking up their head. I love flips and kick clicks. Fuck Macho Man.
I will. Yeah, you know what? I will agree with that too. I actually liked the Millionaires Club and the New Blood story angle. The 2000.
Yeah, I mean, even though they called it corny, I'll still take it over shit today.
Exactly, and that's one thing that I never understood about these these fans are all like, "Oh, look at me! I like The Rock. The Rock was better. The Rock was this." Well,
I mean, shit, I can see a match with fucking Rickagay, whatever the fuck they call him. I call him Rickagay, and I look at that, I'll be like, shit, you could give me this, as horrible as that is, and people think that's great. Please, that makes me look at shit like Sid Vicious coming out seeing his car smash, chanting Goldberg, and I'm thinking that's like royalty compared to this garbage. I would rather take Sid Vicious going, Goldberg, oh my god, my car, than over this crap.
hey, I know I'm about to get some heat here. This is kind of a shot because
Fuck the heat.
um, this is towards CM Punk. You relinquish your title for a toe injury, but look at Sid Vicious. The motherfucker broke his fucking leg in the ring.
Yeah, he wrestled with a broken freaking ankle.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to say anything bad. I mean, like, I do like Punk. Don't get me wrong, but I'm sitting there like, you stubbed your toe, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, I gotta vanquish my belt. Why? I got a cramp. my arm fell asleep, dude. I gotta drop the belt. I'm sorry. I know, fans. I'm so sorry. And
when I hear stories,
I was shocked when they did it, but
yeah,
at the same, I was thinking to myself when we were doing our reaction, I was like, okay, this will only work if they do a tournament. And then I hear, well, no, we're just gonna put Jon Moxley in there, and then we're just gonna have somebody face him. Okay, stupid, because Jon Moxley hasn't really done shit lately to deserve the title shot. That's just my opinion, whatever. If they do not end this with MJF stepping in and getting that belt because of that pipe bomb he did, he is the top thing now.
Yep.
It's fucked. It's fucked. Oh, I'm just saying. You don't pull that trigger, Tony Khan. Get off the cocaine for once and pull the trigger. Okay? Because if you don't end it with MJF, oh my God, even as an AEW fan, I can admit that's stupid.
I think you would even agree too that it was dumb for Tony Khan to try to say like, this is what I would do compared to Ted Turner. I'm like, dude, you're not Ted Turner, you're not WCW, you're AEW. Don't follow pattern.
It's almost like what WCW did. Don't follow the pattern of trying to do wars and shit. Even Ric Flair said that one damn time. If you just focus on being you, just be you.
Yeah.
Don't focus on competing with anybody. Just be you.
And see, that's the one thing that I liked about TNA back then was that they weren't really trying to compete with WWE. They were in this. I loved that little 6-sided ring. I really did.
I do too. I always loved the Octagon ring. I always loved the 6-sided ring. I thought it was always the coolest thing ever.
And that to me was they had some of the best wrestling in the world. They had some of the best classic wrestling. And people can say what they want. Kurt Angle's a WWE Hall of Famer, but Kurt Angle's best shit was in TNA.
If you look at how many years he spent there, he almost spent the same amount of years they did in WWE. I mean, WWE had great moments, but he still had really damn good wrestling matches in TNA. Like, I was like, dude, his if not more, I'd say an even playing field. Like, literally, because his man, and people can say what they want about the Main Event Mafia, but I thought the Main Event Mafia was the shit.
Yeah.
Besides Booker T doing his, gimmick where he was talking like somebody from Wakanda. I was like, what the fuck? Went from King Booker to, oh, he took it quick. Yeah, he took my title, man. AJ took my title. Like, what the fuck? The fucking Legends belt. Well, and I can't say that, but we did have the Jeff Hardy purple belt. That was beautiful.
And no, don't get me started about that Jeff Hardy debacle where he came in there with Sting and then fell over and all that shit. Man, I remember watching the Bruce Pitcher interviews about that and like Eric Bischoff, because Bischoff was the one that was there that night. And I watched the shoot interview with Bischoff talking about that shit. He's like, dude, he was so fucked up, man. I could have knocked him out, and I should have. I shouldn't have let him go out there. You think? You think? Shit. See a guy going up to the ring where he's fucked up on pills or whatever he's doing. I don't think I'm going to let the match go. Imagine paying a ticket for that damn night at Victory Road. And the whole pay-per-view alone, I had the DVD. It wasn't the most best pay-per-view in the world. Could you imagine if you can take a time machine and take MJF now and put him in WCW during the Monday Night Wars?
I don't know, because back then they kind of made the smaller guy kind of look more like the bitches and the jobbers. So I don't know.
But I do think MJF, maybe if he would have went to TNA back then, would have.
He probably would have been, definitely. There's no doubt about it. Because like he's a decent wrestler at best. He's not the best. He's decent.
No.
But man, that Mike, that motherfucker's get on a stick like a motherfucker. He has you. I love when I'll do reactions, because some people will actually generally get pissed at him. They be like, I hate him. That's the point. You're supposed to. That's what a heel is. If a heel don't have you so pissed off, if you're to the point where you literally want to punch your TV and you literally want to kill him, he's doing his job great as a heel. That's the whole point.
Exactly.
You want to spit on me? Doing my job damn good.
I'm telling you right now, if there was any chance in this world, don't screw up like WCW. When you had Bret Hart coming into your company after that whole screw job thing, you could have pulled the trigger with Bret and you didn't. Don't pull a WCW. If you have a chance now to put the title on MJF, this is your opportunity.
Yeah. Oh, that's one thing. Oh, God. I just remember that shit. Bret Hart in WCW. I think the only thing I remember about it was his feud with Sting. Honestly, I got to say, that was the only good thing Bret really had in there, was the feud with Sting.
Well, I know Bret's going to be at that StarCast thing, too, and one of my buddies...
Oh, shit.
Oh, well, one of my buddies said, hey, maybe you should go up to him and ask him, who's got the best super kick, Shawn or Goldberg? I was like, yeah, I ain't doing that.
Oh, it's fucked up.
I was like, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, now you go meet him, you got a Goldberg shirt on. Oh, wow. I mean, I met Ric Flair with the Sting shirt on. I kind of pissed him off. But, I mean, yeah, but the Goldberg one, man, knowing that's the one who fucked his career up, and, that's another thing, too, I get tired of, too, is I get so tired of people overpraising Goldberg like he was the only great thing from WCW. I hate that shit.
If everybody wants to know, here's the thing. Goldberg almost killed Undertaker in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, so, I mean, the guy never really was the best damn wrestler. And people could talk all they want about how Ultimate Warrior was dangerous. I'm thinking, what about Goldberg?
I mean, you
fucking act like Goldberg's the only great thing that ever came from WCW. He's only known for a fucking streak. That was it.
I was one of the very few people that cheered when Nash beat him.
Yeah.
I
mean, I swear to God, every single damn thing they do that involves Goldberg, and they always, and I hate when the announcers say that shit too. Oh, the best thing in WCW ever. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you just, I swear when Sting left, they just act like he didn't even exist. Well, shit. Even when he was there, they didn't even act like he existed.
Oh, yeah, they brought Sting back. They brought Sting in. I remember it was WrestleMania 35. They brought him in for a Ric Flair appreciation night. Came in with the leather jacket and everything. Coming out.
Didn't do a damn thing. Just standing there. I'm like, what? Huh?
And then all of a sudden they're all standing there while Batista's over there beating up on Ric Flair in the back.
I know, they make it where Triple H is the only one that cares about Ric Flair. I was like, that's Sting's last moment, just walking out to a birthday party?
That was his last moment in a WWE ring. You damn right.
Wow. So he literally did more interviews than he did wrestling, and he won a tag team match against Big Slow, like disqualification, and then won a match against Seth Rollins, and that was it, like a tag team match with Cena. That's it. And it's just everything else was just filler. Like, I remember months going by, and I'm like, dude, where the fuck is he? Like, not even a promo, not an appearance, nothing. They didn't give a fuck about him. I guess they figured, since this was WCW's favorite son that kicked our ass every week, yeah, we're going to screw him over the most.
I think that they were getting mad at him, too, because there was chances where they had a chance to sign him, like 2 or 3 different times, and he always chose to go elsewhere.
It kind of disappointed me when Sting did sign there, because it made me think of, well, Sting, come on, man. You said you would never go there, and then you are going. It just pissed me off.
You know what? He could have went, and he could have retired and went into the history books as the man that never went.
Yeah.
He could have easily done that. I'm pretty sure he's probably thinking now, I probably shouldn't have done it. I mean,
big time. Well, it's like because the thing because Sting kind of flipped the script because when he was with WWE, he kept overpraising the shit out of it. And I'm thinking, I'm hearing these promos going because when you're even your own favorite wrestler, you call bullshit when they do a promo. You're like, oh, come on now. Like overpraising WWE, they were always second class citizen. All these DVDs he was in, I got them all. The WCW wars, all that shit, and Sting just trashing WCW left and right. I'm like, Sting, that was the company that made you. Oh, they were always second class citizens. You ever know they did this messed up? They did this. Okay, Sting, you were only doing this because you worked there. No fucking doubt. Because this is bullshit coming out of his mouth. It's bullshit. All right, come on now.
And it's funny, Undertaker's got a lifetime contract, but he can go on the Joe Rogan show and talk shit about the whole entire promotion, and nothing gets done.
That's because Vince has his favorites. There's no fucking doubt about that. He has got his favorites. That's his boy, Undertaker. That's his boy. That's just his dude.
And Taker should be known as the franchise player of WWE. He should.
Oh, exactly. He is, no doubt. As a matter of fact, they've got more there's more A&E shows coming soon, documentaries. I watched those, the A&E documentary biologies on the wrestlers. Those are pretty good too.
Yeah, I like those. Yeah, and I heard that there's going to be some good ones.
Taker's getting one. DX is getting one. Lex is getting one. I'm like, oh, good. I'll watch the Lex one too. I haven't seen Lex in a while.
Flexing.
Yeah, it used to be. Jeez, it's so sad to see how he looks now.
Yeah.
Fucking Bella Twins are getting one. I'm like, oh, okay, enough is enough with this shit. What the fuck has the Bella Twins ever done to get all this Hall of Fame legend status?
The only thing they ever done is like what Ronda Rousey said. The only thing they did was to open the door to John Cena's bedroom.
That's what gets me. They have not done shit, and it really pisses me off how much they do. And somebody had the nerve to leave in the comments. I thought he was trolling. No shit. Oh, I don't give a fuck about the Undertaker one or the Legends. I just want the Bella Twins. What?
What? He gotta be trolling.
What? I was like, good trolling, my friend. I think he was trying to say he wasn't trolling. I'm like, were you born like 2 weeks ago? Whoa.
Yeah, you know what I would have told him? I was like, dude, I'm pretty sure you're probably at home jerking off to your Bella Twins posters, and that's probably the only action you're going to get.
And the new generation will come at you going, well, see, that's his opinion. You're attacking him for it. That's just stupid. It's the difference between opinions and just stupidity. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, opinion's one thing. I mean, like, if someone came up to me and told me, and they gave me a legit reason why they didn't like Taker, I'd be like, you know what? I respect that. Doesn't mean I agree with you, but I respect it.
I'm watching some old WCW stuff right now. The last years in the 99 when they had the new Nitro logo and shit, when it would open up and they come out the middle. That's when it kind of WCW went down the hill. It was the big WCW logo in silver, and they did the different intro and all that shit.
I actually liked the Macho Man back in '99. I
thought he was funny as shit coming out Gorgeous George, all coked up and shit. It's funny as shit.
And then he comes out during the Millionaires Club. They all had that little battle royal in 2000, and remember it was DDP and Flair there at the end, and Hogan got hit with a bat, and then all of a sudden here comes Macho Man out of nowhere, comes in there and beats up everybody, and then he stands over, and then he stands over Hogan, who he doesn't like at this moment, and goes, "What you guys doing here?" It's like,
Hogan, you smart ass, come out here, motherfucker, yeah.
And the saddest part, is seeing him in TNA in 2004 when he had that. It looked like his arm was smaller and just.
Yeah. It's like, some of you wrestling fans out there that don't understand it. It's just weird when you see your legends come out and they start looking weaker and they're smaller, they're not as big as they used to be. I don't know. It's a part of you goes, man, that's not the way I used to remember him, man. It's kind of sad. Just is.
That's
why Taker said, Taker's like, I had to stop wrestling because I don't want people to come out and say, well, son, you should have seen how Undertaker used to be, and I don't want them to remember me like this.
I give Taker credit for putting down the weight and redoing what he did, but when I saw that match with him and Roman, it broke my heart. It broke my heart.
That was so stupid. I remember watching that live for a reaction, and I'm just talking to Christian and all that. I'm like, dude, this is bad, dude. They're like botching moves, and he's like Roman. Didn't he like try to pick him up with a tombstone? He like dropped him and shit. Like he couldn't get him.
Yeah,
it was bad. I was like, man, this is bad. And he looked, and it's like I love Taker, but he even noticed. He's like, I look pregnant. Yeah, he did, Taker. You did have a gut. You did.
I did like the fact that Taker went and he got everything taken care of, and he's like, look, I need to come back, and he came back the next WrestleMania and kicked the shit out of Cena.
That was great. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind a squash job on John Cena. I was like, yeah, okay, there we go. I'm fine with that. That's great. And he looks so much better, moves so much quicker. I mean, because man, I loved that Undertaker documentary he did, The Last Ride. That
was great. Yeah,
that was so good. I watched it at least 4 or 5 times, at least. I could watch it again if I wanted to, including, says nothing to do with WCW, but people out there, if you still haven't seen Undertaker's Hall of Fame speech, my God, that's something not to miss.
Now, Taker mentioned in an interview, someone was asking about, did he know about plans with him and Sting? He mentioned in an interview that there were plans at one point to do something with Sting. He said that him and Sting shared a locker room at WrestleMania.
Wow.
That WrestleMania 31, they shared a locker room. And they were on a flight together.
Hey, Kev, you know what? They did have the match. It was backstage in the locker room. We just never saw it.
Right. And we saw it in WCW that never happened. It was me, Mark Calloway, and the Surfer.
I know. And for some reason, we never can. They won't release that footage for some reason. Because even I was like, when did Sting ever take on Undertaker? And they said, yeah, he did like take on Mark Calloway, dude. Somebody said it could have been. It was like a dark match, but no one's got footage of it.
I seen a picture.
Yeah, a picture of him, put him in that wrist lock, and it's just like, why can't we get the match? Why can't you release this is what I want to see. I want to see the rare shit. Like, how about you release all the matches that our legends didn't that we never get to see growing up?
I want to see that legend thing that I got. I remember I used to buy the Sports Illustrated or the Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine. The man that they always had the one that Dino Bravo, the man that beat Hulk Hogan. I'm like, why had I never seen this match before? I read about it.
Next thing you know, coming to DVD soon, the director's cut of Hogan versus Warrior Halloween Havoc. Oh shit. The one where he shot off another fireball when the cameras went off.
And he burned his own eyebrow off.
Yeah. I remember that shit. Oh man, that's all that shit. I was like, Hogan, what the fuck are you doing?
I will say this though.
Get the fucking thing lit. Oh.
I love the nostalgia that there was actually a Sting Warrior tag match.
Yes, I remember that night at Nitro with the Blade Runners reunited. I was like, man, but I was watching back now and I was like, it's so weird seeing them look the way they do because they both had short hair at the time. They're both big bodybuilders, and now that long hair, face painted. It's so weird looking at that now, but it's like I'm glad they mentioned it that night too. The Blade Runners reunited. So cool. It's like it's so funny to see. That'll never happen again. We're a tag team. We're 2 wrestlers and a tag team will end up being two of some of the biggest legends ever. That'll never happen again. Because a lot of people still don't even know that Sting and Warrior started off as a tag team. A lot of people still don't know that.
And I know they had that documentary on WWE about the Warrior. I remember Sting was on there before they even signed with WWE. He was on that documentary. And
dude, there's people that didn't even know that Stone Cold was a tag team with Brian Pillman at one point. There's some people that don't even know that.
They don't know that. They're just all like, you just don't like the fact that my favorite wrestler can do the Canadian Destroyer. Well, good fucking howdy doody to you.
Wow, and let's see how much shit he sells out and how many tickets he sells compared to what mine did.
Right. Exactly. I mean, you can say what you want.
Your wrestler can't even lace up my wrestler's boots. Your wrestler can't even amount to my wrestler's turd in the toilet. Fuck out of here, Junior.
This is what the one story that really got me to respect Undertaker, and that was a story that Kevin Nash explained. He said the Taker was so beaten up. The Taker came into the locker room, asked for some phone books, and taped that shit underneath his outfit.
Oh yeah, remember he taped his ribs up and shit and still went out to a match.
Yeah, and I'm
A
sitting
man
there
would go
like,
out there just handicapped, like fucked up, not care. I'm like, respect, man.
that is some respect. I remember Hogan saying they used to wrestle twice a day. And he's like, look, like he even said, look, these wrestlers are lucky now. They can go and take a couple weeks or a month off. He said back then we couldn't.
Yeah.
It's sad when you hear that, about, they got an orbit bone, they can't feel anything in their hand, they can't do this, they can't do that. And it's like people don't realize that these old school gentlemen put their lives on the line for us. And I mean, like, I don't even care if Undertaker walks down the aisle in a wheelchair. I will still stand up and cry. And
oh yeah, man, because he's just the shit. They even had that one sad picture. I don't know if you ever saw it. Might have the one where like Taker's debuting and it's the son with his father at the front row. Yeah, and he's there at the debut, and then his son's older, and the dad's older, and Sting's leaving. That was a sad but like wholesome picture right there. That was really good.
And even Taker admitted that if him and Sting would have wrestled, he said the match may not have been the best at their age, but he said that there's a lot of stuff that they could have done that could have been good for TV. And he said he's never had a problem with Sting. I mean, he said that the last couple of years he hasn't heard anything from Vince about doing anything with Sting. Except, well, maybe that one time.
It would have just had the star power alone. People would have wanted to watch it because if I like, oh my God, we're getting Sting and Taker. Now, it at least we got it. Now or never.
You know what would have been really great, even if we wouldn't have got seen them in the ring, like facing off 1-on-1. It would have been nice if they could have had like one of those Raw reunions where they were just coming, Undertaker speaking, and Sting comes out there and they're just face to face. And like some kind of young heel group comes out there and tries to attack them both, and they both clean house.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, Sting could have teamed with Kane and Undertaker to face the Wyatts.
Exactly. Oh God, I remember this shit right here. Remember they had the triple cage with Vince Russo in it.
And hey, you know what? People can say what they want, though. FWE might have to bring back Jimmy King.
Shit. I don't give a fuck. I'd rather have the Royal Rumble cage back than some of this shit I see now. I'm saying, like, a lot of people can talk shit about the bad days of WCW, but I'd rather take the shittiest stuff. Shit. Oh, well, New Day. Man, fuck New Day. Give me some Kiwi. I'll take fucking Kiwi over that shit. Motherfucker, this is the kind of shit that makes Norman Smiley look like a WrestleMania moment.
I'd rather see Lodi. Lodi.
Oh, like, God. People talk shit about Glacier. Have you seen Super Eric?
Yes.
Fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin Shark Boy? Yep. And we're it's funny, but you're talking shit about WCW having Glacier? When have you seen some of the gimmicks that wrestling companies have put out? Like, come on now. Not even comparable.
This guy who does the indie wrestling scene. Y'all guys should look him up. But the guy wears an ET mask and he has a Stone Cold voice and he calls himself Stone Cold ET.
I haven't seen that yet. Where he's going through the drive-thrus and shit. I gotta watch that.
Yeah, he's like, what? I'm about to give me some basket. What? You want to beat me back home? What? It's just funny though, because I'm like, man, here he is, and there's a guy in the indie scene who I saw was dressed like Michael Jackson doing a moonwalk, people's elbow, and I was like, this is more entertaining than what I see on TV.
Yeah, like I know it's just like some of the shit you see on YouTube is better. Dude, I've watched Backyard Wrestling that's better than some of this shit. Literally. And like, I mean, it's amazing what people cheer for in WWE. And it makes me think, is the fan base 10 years old? I remember fans cheering for, I remember Santino came out with that sock.
The little Cobra. The Cobra.
Oh my God. And I was like, this is horrible. This is what wrestling is now. And just people just get, this is cool. I think it's funny. No.
There's that thing too where you have some of the fans who go to they go to WWE shows now and they're like, hey, I'm bringing my kids, I'm bringing my wife, we're bringing the family. The whole family's coming to it. And all of a sudden you have the wife going, I like Randy Orton. I'm like, I'm sure you do.
Yeah, I'm sure you like Mr. Boner. I mean, shit. You like Mr. Orton. What's your favorite Randy Orton moment? Oh, when Catch Jack threw him on thumbtacks? That's fucked up. Well, it's true. It's like, what's your favorite Randy Orton moment? When he sat there and gave a nice little diamond cutter to Hogan on the car. Oh, yeah, that's kind of where they made, Randy Orton look like a pedophile. Like, what do you mean? Well, he was flirting with the underage Brooke Hogan. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, it was a little bit weird. I mean, and I will say, though, hey, Hogan sold that one better than he did in the match that he did with Orton.
He did. I ain't gonna lie, I was looking at Hogan in them pants. I was like, damn, Hogan, you skipping leg day? Holy shit, man, the Hulksters aren't getting any work down there, are they?
Oh, my God.
The one thing that a Hulk Hogan fan never wants to see, probably never in their life, please don't let me see the sex tape. I don't want to see Hogan's ass. I'm good. The one thing I don't ever want to see is my favorite wrestlers getting it on. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, when I heard about it, I saw the photo, but it was blurred out, and I was like, I'm so fucking glad I didn't see.
I don't need to see that much of my favorite wrestler. I don't need to see that much. That's it. I'm good there, man. Check it out, dude. Hogan's Hulkster. Oh no. Oh man. Yeah, he's in the bedroom giving the girl the mean gene. Oh no.
I didn't want to see the sex video of like him like basically kicking out and tooting and him like hulking up on the girl going.
Oh, dude, somebody played me the audio of it, man. He stopped having sex and all you can hear is, I gotta stop, brother. I feel like a pig, brother. I ate something before this. Oh no. I was like, come on, man. You're killing me with this shit. I don't want to hear that shit.
People can say what they want, and I'm going to give it up. They're doing a last Jim Crockett promotion here. Ric Flair in 73 is getting into the ring. I know some people are like, what the fuck is he doing? But let me tell you this much. From what I saw of him training with Jay Lethal, that Ric Flair is better than most of the people on the fucking roster now.
He is, but I was just like, Ric Flair going to the ring set. I was just like, oh, God, man. Come on, Flair.
It's supposed to be a tag
whatever.
match. It's supposed to be a tag match, so at least he won't be like in there wrestling like one-on-one. I'm like, at least he'll be like, he'll probably just be over there in the crowd, probably going woo. And they're doing a roast of Ric Flair the night before.
Oh wow! It's like people don't take it serious. He's not taking it as serious. But Ric Flair is just.
There's two good moments of Ric Flair that will always crack me up. One is watching the Nitro and then coming back from commercial, and he is handcuffed himself to the ropes and he's almost stripped naked. That was the one where he wanted Eric Bischoff, and the other is when him and Jay Lethal were going back and forth at TNA. That Jay Lethal pretty much said it was not scripted. They came out there and he asked Flair, "Hey, what do you want to do?" Flair's like, "I'll just follow you, kid."
Wow. I mean, it's going to be an honor, but at the same time, it's like, damn, man, I hope he don't hurt himself because he is 70-something. He's a lot smaller than he used to be. Oh, man, this is sad right now. I'm watching a promo with Sting and Ms. Elizabeth. I miss her.
The only thing I did not like is I didn't like Sting's feud with Vampiro.
It had some good moments.
It had some good moments, right?
But, man, some of this shit was just... I mean, I liked Vampiro for what he was, but it just kind of it didn't go according to plan. It just didn't get to where it could have got. Just no. I know they're doing all this Human Torch shit and all that stuff, and Sting coming out wearing a mask, acting like he's burned. I hated that Great American Bash where he fell and shit and he was burned. I was like, ugh. That was actually one of Sting's worst years. I think those last 2 years of WCW were so bad for Sting. He only had like a couple good matches, and
I remember when he was burnt. He was supposed to face Booker T, and I remember the heel Goldberg came out and kicked him in the face. And
Yeah, that was so fucking dumb. I was like, what is this street Sting like shit? I mean, even as a kid, I could sit there and go, I know it's scripted, but the man holding your company for since the beginning of it, and we're just treating Sting like shit.
And hey, people can say what they want about a loose cannon, but Scott Steiner's promos back then, I mean,
oh, dude, I didn't give a fuck how much he botched in the mic. I didn't give a fuck. Just give me Scott Steiner. Give me Sir Pump-A-Lot. I didn't give a fuck. You know that you're butt sniff, brute cheat, liking it. What? What, Scott? I don't know what he said, but it's funny as shit.
Hey, I mean, when they put them in the Hall of Fame, they only gave the Steiner brothers 4 minutes to talk, and I think that was by design.
Dude, that was bullshit.
It was bullshit. It was bullshit, but I think it was by design because they did not trust the fact that Scott Steiner was going to say some stuff.
I remember one of the old promos on fucking Nitro where Kevin Nash was looking at him. He was like, Sir Pump-A-Lot, do you have anything to say? And Tony Schiavone in the background, oh no. That's great. You're in the Motor City, you son of a bitch. Fucking Ric Flair, you should have fixed your crooked old teeth.
I don't tell a lot of people this, but I was at the second to last WCW pay-per-view in 2011.
Oh, you lucky motherfucker, man.
I went to the Super Bowl Revenge here at the Missile Auditorium to see the one with Steiner and Kevin Nash. I was figuring out a way I was sitting close to the crowd. I was like, hey, what can I do to like piss Scott Steiner off? So I had to bring back Hogan sign. The motherfucker took it and ripped it up. And I thought, it was fun, though. It was funny because I was trying to troll him.
That's funny as shit. That's fucking hilarious.
I thought it was great. I was like, dude, he ripped my poster.
Shit, I wish, in the 2K games, they always had relive the attitude, the attitude era. I wish they would have had relive a WCW era. Like the Monday Night Wars. Like, how about the Monday Night Wars in a game? Yes. Where you get to relive both sides. It would take forever to make, but oh my God, that would be amazing. I would love that.
And then when you have that My Career path, you could choose whether or not you want to sign with WCW, or you
could even change the storylines of what happened, or even keep some the same. The NWO debuting, show all that. Just give me a game where Sting actually comes down from the rafters as their entrance, and I'll love it. That's another thing they should have capitalized in those games. They should have gave Sting eventually a rafters entrance.
I only seen Sting live a few times. Like, one of the times I saw him was my dad took me to Starrcade 96 to see the Piper Hogan thing.
Oh, dude, you went to Starrcade 96? Lucky as fuck.
And while we were there, Sting was going through the crowd, and he like walked right by me, and I was just like, oh my God. I was like,
yeah, that was when that was the last year of his color gimmick.
And well, he had a little bit of the Crow look, but he was.
Okay, that's when he was just coming out with the Crow look, and he was coming through the crowd attacking wrestlers. I remember
when he came into the ring that one time, and then Arn Anderson punched him in the face, and he ended up throwing Rey Mysterio down, and he didn't even attack.
Oh yeah, Rey was on his back and shit and everything. Everybody like stopped looking because it was like a battle royal. They're like, "What the fuck is going on?"
And then like Kevin Nash was over there clapping.
I know, like, because they're like, oh, because I get it. They were trying to make it look like he's black and white. He's with the NWO. Like, nope, it's a whole fooling kind of thing. People still think to this day, we should have never made Sting talk with the black and white face paint. Well, guys, he couldn't keep the fucking dark, no talking gimmick forever.
I still remember in '97 when he was walking around Macho Man joined, and then they were at the beach, and they gave. And Sting joined the NWO, and he had the NWO shirt. They put the NWO shirt on him, and Hogan gave him a hug. And then Uncensored came out there, and he just went straight ape shit on the NWO. So I mean, Sting has got a lot of great moments, especially that one time. Especially that one time when he saved DDP, and he lifted on the rafters. DDP said he was scared shitless underneath Sting's legs like that. He was like, "Oh fuck."
That was a good one, man. There really was. Those good moments of him coming out with that first and then like having that, because the first time we saw him come out was where he had the half crow paint on, and that was where he confronted the bogus Stain and did the famous speech. One thing's for sure about Stain is nothing's for sure.
Actually, the one thing I liked about the Bruce Pritchard show was that they actually mentioned, what's up, Paulson? The one thing that he mentioned that made me laugh, and is that when Eric Bischoff came out there and challenged Vince to that fight, Bruce Pritchard said we all did everything we could to make sure Vince didn't see it, because if Vince would have saw it, Vince would have went to the WCW pay-per-view live and actually fought Eric Bischoff, which would have been great for WCW.
Oh yeah, that'd been funny as shit. I remember Bischoff coming out with his fucking karate gears on and shit, waiting for fucking Vince. I was like, to me that was funny shit. That was cool. It was out of the box. Like, you won't see shit like that now.
I'm not gonna lie, but the 70-year-old Vince McMahon, if Tony Khan ever challenged him to a fight, I hate to tell you, Tony Khan, but I have to go with the Jack 70-year-old dude. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, you could be unless they both on coke. I don't know. Could be cool, versus me in a cocaine match. Okay, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fucking Vince all over there. Yeah, cocaine. Yeah, to kiss my ass. Yeah, get it. Clap those cheeks. Yeah, they can do tricks. Yeah, bark like a dog. Yeah. Like, Vince. I'll tell you what, though, Vince. I'll tell you one thing. Please, God, don't ever take a Stone Cold Stunner again.
Yeah, for the love of God, don't.
What the fuck was that? I mean, dude, watching that live, I was like, what the fuck is that? Vince, what the fuck was that? I was like, is the Invisible Man stunning Vince? Like, he doesn't know how to take a stunner.
Stone Cold was laughing. See, it's funny because he did that.
He was cracking up. I would have cracked up too over that. Like, fuck it.
He did a really great stunner with that young kid Fury. Fury did it perfectly. And then all of a sudden it went from the perfect stunner to the worst one. It's even worse than the one when he hit Linda and Trump with it.
Oh my God. I think the king of the stunners, though, I got to go with Scott Hall because he launched into space. Scott Hall was the best one that ever sold a stunner. That jump in the fucking air was just priceless.
Well, Fury's probably a close second because he tried to jump up there with it. But I have to say, though, the Rock just looked like a fish that flopped on the boat anytime Stone Cold stunned him. It was like a little...
Oh, yeah. Like Vince's horrible stunner take. Or it's like, hey, Taker, you want to chokeslam Hogan again? Because we all know how great that looked.
Hey, I was there live for that, okay? I had to watch that close to ring.
Oh, well, I mean, live at that time, being the young man that you were, it was probably cool as shit. You look back at it now, you're like, yeah, that chokeslam was pretty bad.
It was cool as shit because I was like, oh, man, I get to see two of my favorite people. But then I looked at it and I'm like, what the fuck?
It looked like Hogan couldn't get a lot of air up there, because we all know when some people do the chokeslam. I mean, we clearly see when some guys do the chokeslam that you use your legs to bounce up for more air.
Dude, in that horror film we did, Michael versus Jason, the guy that played Jason was 6'5", right? So he wanted to do like a chokeslam to me as Michael. I had more air time than Hogan did, and I was bigger than this dude.
Oh my God!
I had way more air time than Hogan did. I'm like, man, I landed perfectly. I should take a little.
I'll say take your own chokeslam bump. I mean, shit. I've given chokeslams to my friends, but they weighed 150 pounds. I could pick 150 pound over my head like you ain't shit and throw you. So that's easy. Like and I never gave a chokeslam to one of my fat friends that weighed 300 pounds because they never wanted to wrestle. They were always just too lazy to do it. I used to love doing the backyard wrestling shit. This shit was fun. Fuck the video. I mean, the video games are great, but hey, you and your buddies want to go out in the backyard, fuck the game. Let's go do the real shit.
I have a buddy now who I can probably be like, hey, you want to build a wrestling ring? He'd probably be like, yeah, give me a few minutes. I can do it.
I'm telling you, man, if I had like at least over 10 grand right now, just stashed away for just no reason at all, I probably would decide to say, you know what? I want to buy a ring. I've always wanted a ring. Fuck it. See, people, sometimes you just got to say fuck it and just buy what you want. Because sometimes if you don't do it, you regret it.
And you regret
it's like when I bought that wrestling belt, the WCW Big Gold, It was on sale at the time. I had the extra money left from work. I had the bills paid. I was like, fuck it. I've always wanted a belt replica. Just do it. And, it was worth it. It was fucking worth every penny.
And here's the bad thing about that, too, because if you don't spend the money now, let's just say, for example, tomorrow you walk out the door, you get into a car accident, you have all that money. Where's your money going?
Exactly. I've had it where I've saved money and, I'll save for something. And I'll be like, dude, I got to put it away, man, because I'll spend it on something. I know me too well. I know me. And I know if I'll end up spending on something, and then I'll be like, damn, I should have bought the other thing. I should have. And then all of a sudden, It's like if you buy something like the belts and shit. If you get if they drop those belts down to like $300, and they're usually like sometimes $500. All of a sudden, you wait. They don't got the deals anymore, and they're back up to like $500-$600. Which, there's another one I want too right now, and it's still I think it's like $400. It's the big gold again, but it's the Wolfpack edition.
Oh, nice!
And I want the Wolfpack edition. I would love to have the Wolfpack edition.
I'll tell you this though, the one thing I will honestly give WWE credit for. I mean, I've had some of their replica belts before, and they are pretty healthy. I mean, they are pretty hefty. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Oh
yeah, man, a good 5 pounds of fucking strap and gold. I mean, they are they're pretty stout. I mean,
now if any of y'all have ever been to a wrestling event, I don't care where it is, when before the show begins, you always will hear the crowd do a woo. They always do the Ric Flair woo. It's always been kind of like a little woo. I don't know if that happened to you when you went to AEW or not, but usually they do.
Oh, dude, we got everything out there. Especially every time there's a chop in the ring, everybody goes woo, woo. Oh yeah, every damn thing. Dudes in the crowd be chanting some weird shit sometimes. There was a kid behind me wearing a Hulkamania shirt, and I'm like, oh Jesus Christ. What is the deal with Taz's son, people? He looks like a 12-year-old kid with fucking Dragon Ball Z hair. It looks like Justin Bieber trying to be a tough guy. It doesn't. I'm sorry, but fuck that Hook character.
And by the way, I hate to say this, but Jeff Hardy, if you ever see this video, you need to retire, man.
He's I even noticed it before he even left WWE. If you noticed his last matches WWE, he was getting slower, more winded, and now that he's doing it again, it's like, dude. I know some people say it has nothing to do with him going to another company. It's just his body. He can't do it anymore like he used to, man. He's starting to be like his brother Matt, fucking out of breath and shit.
And then Matt Hardy barely is able to stand up. He has to stand up with one leg because one leg is weirder than the other, and it's just like
he is, man. It's just like I never was the Matt. I mean, no, Matt, I respect you the shit out of you, man. I do. Hardy boys are the shit. But man, out of you two, man, it's like, sorry, Matt, but that's the broken gimmick, dude. I don't give a fuck about Matt Hardy. I don't give a fuck about Fat Hardy's ass trying to fit right back into his old 1998 attire and be Matt Hardy. I just don't care.
Yes.
Yes. Go back to brokenness. Yes. Oh, busting nuts. I wonder if that's how he is before he busted his wife. Yes. She gotta be like, shut the fuck up.
I'm pretty sure she probably puts on the broken.
They turn the lights off. She's like, why is your brother in the corner dressed like Willow? Yes, he likes to watch. Yes. Ugh.
I even had the little what was that little spaceship thing he had called Vanguard?
Oh, yeah. Vanguard 1, yeah. Those were the days. Those TNA things that he did with that broken gimmick, those fucking violent deletion matches were so fucking funny.
That's why I'm glad that when they did that deletion thing with him and Bray Wyatt at WWE, they brought back the guy. They brought back the guy who directed the one from TNA. And I'm like, and they also brought him back to do the one for Taker and AJ Styles. I'm like, no wonder why it looked good.
Yeah, I was like, shit. That was good. I was like, man, that broken gimmick. But Matt Hardy just trying to be Matt Hardy, nah, boring as fuck. I'm sorry, it just is, man. I seen it come out and every damn thing's attacked him. Like, why is his fat ass trying to wear his old fucking '98 gear? Dude, it looks so tight on him. It looks ridiculous.
Oh, I certainly wouldn't be putting on my gear that I had back in '98 because I'd be like,
he's literally wearing it. His belly's like coming out. I'm like, man, come on, man. Like, don't be trying to dress like the Hardy Boys in the Brood days. Like, just no, man. And then Jeff flies off shit pretty cool, but yeah, the Hardy Boys got to stop. They really do. It's that time.
Yeah. You know, I wouldn't even care if Matt Hardy was like a manager or somebody being a broken Matt Hardy and then being like, yes.
Yeah, broken manager or some shit, but full-time wrestler, just no. I'm like, sorry, man, but no one's paying tickets to see you.
I hate to tell you, Jeff Hardy, but the reason why WWE gave you the offer to go into the Hall of Fame is because I think Vince saw the writing on the wall, man.
I know, and then Jeff Hardy fans still continue to go, no, it's not that. Guys, you got to admit it. It is. Like, we're not trying to put him down. We love Jeff Hardy, no doubt. But when it's that time, man.
I will never forget the Hardy and the Dudleys and Edge and Christian Wars. No one will forget that. But it's one of those things where, they just don't. I mean, no, it was nice nostalgia when they came back at WWE for that WrestleMania, and they still had a little bit of fire left.
The last big thing that WB gave Jeff was that those middle years and shit, where they were giving him that big title shot with the WB belt and shit.
Yep.
Yeah, that was like the last big thing they gave him, and I'll give him. He did do a good heel character in TNA. I thought he was a damn good heel.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't think he'd make a good one, but he kind of did. But after that, it was just, that's it. Ain't nothing left for him.
That just sucks though, because Bully Ray would be in WWE right now as Bully Ray if WWE allowed him to do that, but because they had that Beat a Star thing, they wouldn't allow him to be Bully Ray, and I'm like, Bully Ray, that was some of the best work he did when he was like, do you know who the hell I am?
Oh yeah, he came out and he's like, look at my calves. I don't give a fuck about your calves, Bully.
Yeah.
All he talked about. I kept thinking that Velvet Sky was fucking kidnapped in this fucking dungeon, because after when those two got together, literally fucking, I didn't see Velvet Sky for I don't know how long. I was like, dude, is he got her kidnapped or something?
Well, I'll tell you this much: they're not together no more, which is, and I know Velvet does a pretty good job on AEW Power as a commentator. I
didn't even know she was on there, fucking commentator. Oh shit.
Yeah, she's one of the she does commentating for NWA Power.
Fucking shit! I did not know that. I gotta look that up.
I used to like when she came out. That's when Taz was like, she's letting the pigeons.
Oh my god, yeah. Fucking Velvet's she's still gorgeous as fuck. That woman's hot as shit. I mean, gorgeous ass fucking damn woman. No doubt.
She's a lot better looking than Angelina Love. I'll go.
Yeah, Angelina Love kind of looked like a plastic surgery gone wrong. Like, she had a body on her, but she had a lot of things done to her face.
I remember they had Lacey Von Erich with them too, which was, and then Madison Rayne had a weird looking face. I'm sorry, I just something just.
She did, but I thought when she did the brunette, I don't know if she was better brunette or blonde.
But then there was also Brooke Tessmacher, but we won't. Well,
I mean, they had bodies. I'll give them that. They looked great with no clothes on, but some things were just, The Velvet just had the whole package. Beautiful face, beautiful body. I mean, damn. Literally. Remember the other one they put Bully with? They always put Bully with like the hottest girls that you would think in your mind. His fat ass wouldn't be getting that.
They put him. They try to put him with Brooke Hogan, and then they try.
Which I thought to myself, I was like, that's robbing the cradle like a motherfucker.
And then they try to put him with Brooke Tessmacher.
Yeah, Brooke Tessmacher. Now, she was hot.
But then they had the whole. The one thing with TNA though, they had Rosemary, which is.
I love Rosemary. I do. I love that character, Rosemary. To me, that I always said that that's what Daphne should have been.
Yes. Yeah.
And literally never got to that point, but Rosemary was the shit.
Like I can tell you right now, like when they were doing the Wyatt gimmick and they were looking for a Sister Abigail, she would have been a perfect Sister Abigail. If WWE would have had Rosemary at that time, she would have been a perfect Sister Abigail.
Absolutely, no doubt.
And I think she would have been a little bit more better pairing with the Fiend and Alexa Bliss.
Oh, no doubt.
I mean, that's just the one thing I will say though about women's wrestling compared to the Monday Night Wars and now the women's wrestlers are a lot better now than what they were. They're more athletic.
Oh yeah, I got to give it all to the female wrestlers right now. They are way better in the ring than they used to be. I'll give them that. I will give them that. There's nobody. I mean, I'm a fan of AEW, but I still got to say nothing beats WWE's women's division. There's nothing that beats it.
I will say, and the one thing I can honestly say to this point too. Now, if Sasha ever leaves WWE and AEW, they would be crazy not to sign Sasha Banks.
I would say so.
I mean, I think her and Miss Baker would do a pretty good feud with each other if they ever had a chance. But the one thing I have a problem with, I don't know about you, Rem, but I'll end a couple of little things before we go. Is that one thing I'll say is the one thing that I don't like that AEW is doing is you're signing too many WWE people.
I actually was talking about that in one of the Asylum's live streams. I was like, dude, I think they're signing too many. There's too many coming in, and it's just that. And I was saying, I'm glad they slowed down on it. They did slow down on that shit. They did stop it because, like, dude, you don't got to sign everyone that gets released from WWE. Not everyone. Please, don't do that.
Well, because I want other wrestling promotions to succeed. You could at least like let them go to Impact or let them go to NWA Power.
Yeah, and then also when you let a lot of these ex-WWE guys in and you start pushing them to the moon, you start forgetting your original guys, and then they get pushed back again.
Like, I'm sorry.
Either way, fans are going to bitch about it. They're just going to bitch. Most modern day wrestling fans are going to bitch either way, because if you push an AEW guy, oh, who's that? He's a nobody. You push a WWE guy, oh, you're not pushing your original stars. You can't win with fans. You really can't.
And you really can't. And then they'll sit there and say, "Oh my God, WWE should like push Cesaro, or they should push Braun Strowman." As soon as WWE pushes them, they're like, well, I think they should go ahead and push Roman now. They should do this now."
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. Y'all the most toxic people in the fucking world now. And it's just like, when I grew up as a wrestling fan, fans were not like this. They weren't.
You had a bunch of attention deficit disorder motherfuckers on here. And
then you got the whole, and this is true, I don't give a fuck who you are. You disagree with me? Go ahead, disagree. But every time a wrestler leaves WWE and goes anywhere, TNA, AEW, Japan, doesn't fucking matter, your mom's backyard, wherever, they want to go to wrestle, they get shit on the moment they leave WWE. It always happens. And then when they come back to WWE, everybody's nutting in their pants.
It's the same thing happened. I remember everybody was shitting on Cody, and I remember 2016, WWE was thinking about re-signing him, and he decides to go with AEW, and everybody was calling him a traitor and all that. Now that he's back at WWE, everybody's like, "Oh my God, Cody's the best thing ever."
Oh yeah, literally. It gets me if this ain't the true definition of hypocrisy, because he comes back at Mania, same AEW theme song, same gimmick, and everybody's on his dick now, buying his merch and every damn thing. Merch is the same shit. It's the same gimmick. It's the same damn thing. Everyone's on his dick now. I'm like, I thought everybody hated Cody. Now all of a sudden he's in WB. Now we love him. Come on now.
The only smart thing that Vince is doing with that, and the only thing I would say that he's being smart with, is he's allowing Cody to be Cody. I don't know how long that will last, but he's allowing Cody to be Cody, which gives any free agent from AEW kind of looks at that and goes, Well, if he's allowing Cody to be Cody, will he allow me?
Well, I mean, Cody was kind of being Cody in AEW too.
Yeah,
he was kind of being a little. They were putting Cody on every damn thing. It was almost the first year AEW was nothing but Cody. Actually, people were getting sick of it.
and that's the thing too. That you have these guys leave, and you're like, well, where did he go? I mean, I love Samoa Joe. Don't get me wrong, but Samoa Joe to me does not fit in with AEW. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I'm trying. I'm like, I was hoping he would go back to Impact, finish his career.
Yeah, well, that was where he started. That was where Joe started. I mean, I'm thinking, okay, I'm cool wherever he goes as long as you push Joe right, man, because the guy gets robbed.
Yep.
He really does. It's like WWE, they treated him like shit. They did shit with him. They were doing good with Joe for the first 3 matches in AEW, but now he's already lost his first match. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
And then you had him as a badass. You had him doing that first match with him and Brock, and where he almost choked Brock Lesnar out on Raw. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. We're getting somewhere. Match happens. 3 minutes. Boom, he's done. I was like,
yeah,
like really, guys?
He had Joe come out there, and you see they got him in the feud with TNA Originals also, Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt, and then they got Dallas or Great Khali coming out there beating up Samoa Joe, and I'm like, what the fuck? Who the hell's this guy? I was like, why are you doing this to Joe? Like, why is it everywhere Joe goes, he just gets screwed? I mean, you might as well say at his age, ain't no one ever going to push him.
And people can say what they want to, but I know a lot of people are big Kenny Omega fans, and I know I've gotten heat for saying anything bad about Kenny Omega. People are like, "Oh my god!"
I like him in the ring. He's had some damn good matches. Yes. He's not my favorite. He's not a favorite. It's not one of my favorite wrestlers now, but good wrestler. Just not one of my favorite wrestlers. But if people like him, whatever.
The one thing I will say about Kenny Omega is the stuff that he had in New Japan with him and Okada. Perfect. No problem whatsoever. I love that. The match with him and Jericho for the first time, I love that. But the one thing I will give credits due is Jericho is one guy besides the Undertaker that knows how to reinvent himself.
Very true.
I will say this though: when he first came into AEW, Jericho was looking a little pudgy. Very pudgy.
Oh, dude, he still looks like shit.
Yeah, he still does.
Damn, with that fucking Bon Jovi hair too, it looks so bad.
He's like the bloated Bon Jovi.
Very, very true.
I'll be there eating for you.
Yeah, literally, really, yeah, he looks bad. And some of the shit he wears, I'm like, dude, why do you dress like a cross between 80s Bon Jovi and Backstreet Boys? It's fucking weird. And there's a new group he's in where he's trying to get these guys over, and they're a bunch of nobodies. I'm like, you're not going to get them over. You won't. There's nobodies. Jack Swagger is now Jack Swagless. He ain't going nowhere, man. He just ain't. So I'm one of them guys that watches wrestlers, and if they ain't doing shit for me, it doesn't matter what gimmick you give them. I will never like that character. That's just how I am.
One guy that I do like on AEW as well is I actually like Warlord. I think
Warlord's pretty cool. I like him. I like that they're pushing him. And like, okay, so finally you get a big dude that's believable. Is one thing I can't stand is bringing a big guy in and making him a monster, and then handing him over to some little 115-pound wrestler and making him a bitch. It takes away that monster thing now. It's like, Brian Cage is built like a motherfucker. He's a monster. But I'm sorry, but when TNA made him lose to a fucking female, that was over.
Yep.
You made Tessa Blanchard beat Brian Cage, and I mean a full-blown pin. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't take him serious anymore. I can't.
And people wondering why Tessa hadn't been signed by AEW, WWE. Well,
I swear if I was a wrestler at AEW and Brian Cage came out cut a promo, I'd be like, you better watch out. I got Tessa on speed dial. Don't fuck with me. You know what that means? 3-minute warning, Tesla. Yeah.
But yeah, but pretty much what we're trying to say is, for any of you newer wrestling fans out there, if you gotta give wrestling a chance, and you gotta give old wrestling a chance. And some of you are like, well, you guys like all the old school stuff. Well, there's a
Yeah.
reason. There's a reason why we all like the old school shit. There's a reason
And
why.
they'll say, well, you don't give the new stuff a chance. Actually, we do. We get a lot of it a chance, and we just you can't say I don't. And sometimes I just turn my head going, I can't. But stop shitting on the shit we grew up with. That was the shit. And you can't argue with that. You really can't. If you were going to sit there and have the nerve to tell me that the new shit is more higher level than the old shit, you're lying to yourself. You're lying.
I mean, let's just clarify this way. People don't want to say this, but social media has killed professional wrestling.
It has. It's fucking ruined it. It took away the mystique of it. And I know people say, well, it's fake anyway. Yeah, but we wanted the mystique of that, man. Now you got wrestlers that are coming out and they're fucking, they're supposed to be bad motherfuckers, or these demon characters. Next thing you know, they're on fucking Twitter and shit, doing little videos and making filter pictures. I thought you were supposed to be a bad guy. Like, that ruins their character. You're showing too much of people. Like, if the Undertaker gimmick would have happened now, it would have been destroyed. It would have been ruined.
That's what happened to the Fiend character. It was shown too much.
Yep. Fucking ruined. Oh, he's the Fiend, but he's on Snapchat right now doing little, twerking videos. Okay.
Yeah. You have these. Also, too, for you wrestling fans out there, I'm also going to clarify something else to some of you guys that seem to think this happened. If you think, I would love for someone to tell me they think the Young Bucks is better than Demolition and the Road Warriors and the Steiner Brothers. If I heard someone say that, I swear to you, if you told me where you live, I would
get your ass beat.
I would slap you in the face.
Shit, you need to have you need to be thrown to a wood chipper dick first. Fuck you.
Yes.
Like, who the fuck do you think you are? My motherfuckers compare the Road Warriors to New Day. You are out of your motherfucking mind.
Yep.
That's offending to me. That's racist. What the fuck is the matter with you? You can't be over the age of 20 years old.
The only great tag team WWE's got now is the Usos, and they're mediocre at best.
Oh my God! Can you imagine someone saying, Roman Reigns is on the level of a Hulkamania?
They're getting close to that. I saw an article the other day. I shit you not. They were talking about how Roman Reigns is closing in on those. He's closing in on those Hulk Hogan numbers of holding the championship.
Okay, that's holding a belt. Look, I don't know how many drugs you guys do or how spiked your shit is. I'm not even a Hogan fan, but even I can admit, dude, unless Roman's selling millions and millions of dollars worth of merch on every TV show, everywhere, he's not on Hogan's level, not even his boots. Dude, he's not even on Hogan's level in WCW 2000. The fuck out of here.
And by the way, Roman Reigns, it's easy to become champion for so fucking long when they put both belts on you and you barely even defend them now. So it's like, you can easily say, oh, look at the asterisk on that. I mean, I don't know about you, Rem, but the one thing I will say is I think they need to get rid of those Nelson ratings, and they need to get rid of the damn demographic ratings. They need to get rid of them all, because obviously this is a social media driven thing. So I'm looking at it like, what you need to do is put their Twitter stuff, their YouTube views, their Facebook views, add that together. Let that be the views for AEW and WWE. Add those things together.
Yeah, they really do.
Because it's getting to a point now where I hate people like, well, WWE might have beat them in the ratings, but they beat WWE the demographic. I'm like,
You know, it's like Scott Steiner said one time. Sometimes change sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's not always good. No. Hell, let's see. Even this ain't got nothing to do with WCW, but even me watching like the new Hell in the Cell, not the Hell in the Cell. Oh god, well yeah, the red Hell in the Cell, which I call the McDonald's playpen. Fucking the new Elimination Chamber, the way there's like pads all in there. I'm like, what the fuck is with all the pussy pads everywhere? Like, why is the cage gone from like cages to it used to be all steel, now it's like there's pads all in there now and shit. I'm like, we're trying to make everything safer for wrestlers, but it's like just training wheels nonstop.
Well, here's something for you. I'm gonna announce this live. When you guys see episode 2 this Monday of Nitro, Big Rim is going to be in the Hell in a Cell match for the vacated U.S. title. And it's not going to be a regular Hell in a Cell. It's not going to be the red Hell in a Cell. I've got like a prison rusted looking Hell in a Cell.
Oh, that's sick.
So now this is going to be a little bit more fun because like now it's rusted. I mean, like if somebody gets. Hey, not my responsibility if someone gets some kind of rusted spork up their ass or something. But I mean, it's.
Hell yeah! You better get your fucking your technical shots before the match.
Technical shot for the match, but at least it's not going to be no. They give you the option of doing the regular Hell in a Cell, or the red one, or that one. I saw that one. I was like, dude. I'm like, I'd rather have that one. I mean,
exactly. And God, that's damn. Some of the shit they've done in those games where they've taken away so many features because the Hell in the Cell looks nice. See, what they did with the new game is the graphics look incredible. Everything looks nice and crisp, but they took away a lot of shit too.
Yeah, like you can't beat nobody through a barricade anymore.
No, you can't do that. It used to be like they brought back the backstage shit. They did, and it looks cool. But a lot of this shit you can't do. You can't throw someone through a car. Throw them through a windshield. You can't throw them through the glass. It's mainly just pick up some weapons, hit them, and throw them through a table. That's it. Okay.
I remember the SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. You used to be able to jump off a building and do stuff to people.
Dude, I remember jumping off the SmackDown Fist.
Yep.
Like literally driving Undertaker's motorcycle, dragging somebody by the neck, and slamming somebody through a car, and the wheels fall off, or put them in the garbage truck. If you're gonna give me the backstage area, let me access anything. I don't care if I get to run somebody over. I remember the SmackDowns where you could run across the New York Strip. You can go into bars. You could cross the street and shit like that. Take subways. That was the shit.
Oh. But I think what we've done is we proved our points here to some of you who are newer wrestling fans. Y'all don't seem to grasp the situation. And I'm going to go ahead and clarify this. I'm going to start doing some more panels soon about this, but I will say this for you wrestling fans out there. If you think wrestling is going to get as popular as it did back in the 90s, in the mid-90s, you're gladly mistaken. Not with these bunch of pansies. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't be watching some of that edited WCW shit you see on the network, man, because a lot of it's fucking edited. You need to watch the old school shit and get the real shit. No edited theme songs or edited commentary. Don't believe every wrestler what they fucking tell you about the company. Don't believe that. Watch it for yourself.
Because remember, those guys that are talking shit about WCW now, they're getting paid by WWE. So they're getting paid to say. And what I find funny, though, is they didn't have a WCW event for them. But everybody praises ECW. But I'm sitting there thinking, you guys praise ECW and Paul Heyman. But that motherfucker never did pay his employees.
Yep.
So you guys go ahead and say, oh my God, he is like the greatest thing ever. And I'm like, well.
Yeah, I just can't stand that whole I just cannot stand that whole Rock and Austin are the best things ever, but nobody ever existed. I hate that mentality. Like they're the only things that ever existed. I can't stand that shit.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's pretty much like that. It's like the whole, Stone Cold and Rock, Stone Cold and Rock, Stone Cold and Rock.
Stone Cold Rock, Stone Cold Rock. That's all people remember. Stone Cold Rock, Stone Cold Rock, Stone Cold Rock, Stone Cold Rock. Man, like, come on.
If you guys want to really like this comment, WrestleMania 15, 17, and 19, I will shit the bed and I will bet everything I got. The Taker Shawn Michaels match at WrestleMania 25 is better than all three of those.
Oh, big time.
And if you guys, I mean, you guys can clarify, like, oh my God, I kept doing this, and I'm like, yeah. What was the Rock and Austin's thing mostly? Just kick out, kick out, kick out, kick out.
Yeah, basically.
Finisher, kick out, kick out, kick out, kick out, kick out. Yes,
that's
Austin,
basically what it was.
Yes, Taker and Shawn had that, but they didn't have it that much. Once Taker got him in that damn leaping tombstone, it was over.
Exactly. Match had so much good storytelling. I mean, the second match wasn't as good as that one, but it was still good. But still, man, Taker and Shawn Michaels always had some magic. They always did.
And they had that story where, Triple H came in, did the other two, and they had that last Shawn as a referee, and they ended the story in a good note.
They did. They really did.
And that's how you storytell. For any of y'all wrestling fans out there that want to know, like, how do you storytell? Like, look, when I run my event, I come up with story ideas. I want to make sure that everything is making sense. I don't want to be like, hey, I'm going to put Big Ram in a match against, I don't know, La Parka, and he's going to lose the U.S. title this week. Then I'm going to have him face somebody else and win the TV title. I mean, it makes no fucking sense.
No, it really, really fucking doesn't.
And I've seen people's e-feds on there. They're like, oh my God, that is like the coolest shit ever. They did like 6-7 Canadian destroyers. That dude's a badass. And it's like, it lasted 30 minutes long. I'm like, if you say so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, that's what they like. Oh, man, I'm about going to get out of here because I got to get going. I got to cook me some shit. Get kind of hungry.
Me too. I'm gonna go. I'm just going to thank Rem for coming out and doing this. And we're going to...
Absolutely, man. Anytime.
Nitro's coming out on that. FWE Nitro coming out on Monday.
Hell yeah.
6 p.m.
Don't miss it, everybody. Watch it.
You got Big Ram is going to be in the Hell in a Cell against Michael Scars.
Hell yeah.
And Nick Fargo.
Buy my merchandise. It goes to a good cause. My pocket. But yeah, anyways.
Nick Fargo, who's dressed like Batman, who's acting like he's Batman. He ain't Batman.
Yeah. Yeah, make a Batman with a strap on. That'd be great.
And Michael Scars had to make that comment about, we'll clarify that. Michael Scars, you're going to make a comment about someone being on steroids, you need to clear that chant, bud.
Basically. Weight Watchers, my friend.
But anyways, Big Kev, Big Ram, this Big Kev's world. We just discussed why some fans don't seem to care about WCW, but there is clips on YouTube that is not scripted. Go and look them up. Go and look up some old WCW clips. You guys will be he on eBay, Amazon. You can buy some old WCW DVDs that are not WWE made.
Or shit, if you still got some of the old VHSs, like some of us do.
Which, yeah, I still do. So you can go back and watch some of that stuff and see for yourself how good WCW was, because WCW was beating WWE's ass for 83 years.
Exactly. And all the wrestlers out there that kept putting it down and shit, just remember where you got your start from. Just remember that. Remember because, yeah, some of y'all legends made your career in WWE, but a lot of you made your career in WCW. So, the bullshit all you want.
All right, we're out of here. I want to thank everybody for making some comments. CJ, I know Poston made a comment. Weed and Andre Cobill made some comments. So anybody you see this video later, you want to make some comments down below, let us know. And for some of you who are fans of the Canadian Destroyer and you guys are fans of the young fucks or the young
turds. Hey man, what you talking about, man? 1 million Canadian Destroyers, 1 billion super kicks, and 1 billion flips is the best damn thing ever. Makes a Macho Man look like a Backstreet Boys reunion concert.
I'm just saying that I will welcome debate if some of y'all want to come on and make a comment.
I call them the young fucks.
Yeah, the fucks. But anyways, we're gonna head out here. Thanks, Big Rim, but we're gonna head out here, guys. Like, share, sub, Dude, do the thing that YouTube wants us to do.
Exactly. Give me some money.
Yes. Oh, once I get to my 100 subscribers, I'm gonna make sure y'all can start paying for
Hashtag
my.
more stimulus check matters.
You guys can start paying for my T-shirts or something. I don't know.
Yeah, give him some money. It goes towards a good cause. His pocket.
Yes, it goes to all those tacos that I want.
Hell yeah.